All right, so today we're going to talk about mapping macros. Before I get into that, I just want to say that it is one of the best ways to get visual feedback for what you're doing. The thing that makes Ableton so special is that you can play it live, it feels comfortable to play live, and the things that you create become your instrument. You're not necessarily chained to the particular way things work. There's a lot of possibility for imagination. That being said, I have put together a little effects chain, all in just, serial one after another, that we're going to map. I'm going to talk about why I chose them, and then we'll talk about how I like to use them. So this is my basic E-piano. It's a Contact E-piano. I love this sound. It's definitely my go-to native instruments. Scarby Mark 1. Love it. Okay. The very first thing I have in my chain here is an auto filter. And I like it because it right away warms up my sound. And I can also, if you want to do LFO amount, maybe you want to sync this. Your clock has to be running for that, though. Sort of got that talking feature going on. You could be a little bit more subtle with this too. Oop, didn't mean to do that. And the more amount you add. The more you will hear that effect. We'll come back to this in a bit here. The next I like is reverb. And reverb totally changes the dimension of the sound altogether. I feel like reverb sometimes gets a bad rap because, you can totally use it too much. But it can also take a sound ambient. It can also become, borderline a pad between frequency and the verb. All right, you feel me. That's the way that works. All right, auto pan. It is what it sounds like. Based on the amount you're going to hear go from one side to the other. Then I've got the pedal here. So this is nothing. It just kind of adds nice. You could totally. Go crazy with the pedal, but a little bit goes a long way. All right. Now, as you saw, I was having to kind of click around and that is not helpful for a live situation, but live allows us to use macros for mapping. So when you click the map button, you'll notice that a lot of things are green. If it's green, it's mappable. It's a pretty straightforward process. So for my auto filter, I want to have my frequency mapped. So if you click frequency and then click map, it is set. Sometimes it resets your values. You have to go back in. Okay, reverb dry wet definitely needs to be mapped. Auto pan amount. I am not going to map the rate, though I could totally see why you might want to map the rate. For my purposes, I have not found it to be something that I'm constantly looking for, so I leave it, but you could totally do it. Pedal, we're going to do the gain. Oh, missed it there. Now, you could map the output, but my thought is you will have a button mapped for your master volume, and if you need to pull it back, you'll need to pull it back. I said master. What I meant was your channel strip. Okay, now, just for layout's sake, our frequency is here, so I'm going to map our LFO amount right underneath it. So I have the amount of LFO, that kind of give us that wah, 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 wah sound. Great. Now, all of these parameters are mapped. So if you have a device like a Novation launch control or a push, then you are able to control these. Also, even if you don't have something that's like an actual controller, you can map these things to basically anything with a knob. So first things first here, let's bring down our gain. Probably also our LFO amount. So you guys kind of feel me there. That is the way you map macros, and that's a good deal of sound that you can sort of change and transform and mold and work with fairly easily by doing so. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to Ableton, and especially if you're switching from Mainstage, head over to my website at mainstagetoableton.com/go to get your free copy of the Fast Track patch list guide today, which will have you up and running with a Mainstage style patch list in Ableton Live. And to stay up to date with all of our latest blog posts, be sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel here.